Welcome to By Kumi. It's been a while since the last video, but I'm really excited about today's dish. Oyster sauce broccoli beef with a little bit of a Japanese flair. So I would say the flavor palette trends on the sweeter side, and I think what helps give this dish better texture is skipping the cornstarch. Make yourself a pot of rice, and you've got a complete meal. Let's get started. Please find the ingredients and tools at the end of this video and the recipe on bykumi.com. First, rinse and clean 3 or 4 green onion stems. Slice off the roots, and then cut into approximately 1-inch long pieces. Then set aside in a small bowl. Slice any thick stem pieces in half so everything cooks evenly and at the same rate. Now, peel 2 cloves of garlic. Cut off the ends and finely mince. Allowing the minced garlic to sit for about 10 to 15 minutes before cooking triggers a chemical reaction that boosts the healthy compounds. Set aside the garlic with the green onions. Next, peel and grate fresh ginger root. Using a paring knife or an edge of a spoon, remove the skin from the ginger. Peel enough for about 1 teaspoon. Try to peel only what you need and then wrap the remaining ginger root in a paper towel. Place in a plastic bag and store in the refrigerator. Add the grated ginger into the bowl with the green onions and garlic. Now, slice about 1 pound of flank steak. If necessary, slice the flank steak in half or thirds with the grain to form large pieces about 3 inches wide. Then cut across the grain about a 1/4 inch thick to create slices. Here's a tip. If you're nervous about the flank steak being tough or chewy once cooked, sprinkle some sake in the bowl and massage the pieces of meat to tenderize them prior to cooking. Set the meat aside in a separate bowl. Rinse about 1 pound of broccoli and cut the crown from the stem. Cut off the bottom of the stem and remove any tough skin by slicing down the sides carefully and cut to form about a 1/4 inch discs. Trim individual florets and slice vertically into thinner florets so they cook faster. Be sure to keep the pieces about the same size to cook at the same rate, and set aside in a bowl. To make the sauce, add 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of sugar into a measuring cup. Add a 1/2 teaspoon of chicken bouillon, but this is optional. Add 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce or tomato sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of sake, and stir until thoroughly mixed and combined. It's time to cook. First, let's deal with the meat. Turn on the stove to medium-high and add about 1 tablespoon of a neutral oil. When the pot is heated, add the flank steak and lightly season with some salt and pepper. I like to use Diamond Crystal kosher salt. Move the slices around to cook evenly. Then remove the meat with some pink remaining. It'll continue to cook in the bowl, plus you'll have another chance to finish cooking the meat at the end. Throw out the liquid and wipe the pot with a paper towel. This results in a prettier dish by removing any denatured protein foam created when cooking the meat. Turn on the stove again to medium-high. Add another tablespoon of oil and add the broccoli. Stir fry until bright green, about 1 to 2 minutes. Then add 2 tablespoons of water, cover the pot with a lid, and steam the broccoli for about 1 to 2 minutes. Toss the broccoli again and cover to finish steaming, another 1 to 2 minutes. Be careful not to overcook. Remove the broccoli from the pot and try not to miss a piece like I just did. Turn on the stove to medium-high. Add 1 tablespoon of oil and fry the green onions, garlic, and ginger until nicely fragrant and the green onions are cooked. Add the meat and finish cooking to your desired doneness. Now add the broccoli and pour the sauce over all the ingredients. Using 2 spatulas, toss the ingredients and heat completely. That's it. Enjoy! The ingredients today: flank steak, broccoli, green onions, garlic, ginger root, oyster sauce, sake, soy sauce or tomato sauce, sugar, chicken bouillon, kosher salt, ground black pepper, water, neutral flavored oil. And for the tools: mixing bowls, cutting board and knife, paring knife or a spoon, fine grater or a microplane grater, measuring cup, spoon for stirring, and a spatula. Measuring spoons and a measuring glass is helpful. 2 spatulas and a resting plate. Cooking chopsticks. Wok-like pan with a lid. Serving dish.